I can't begin to tell you how important it is to tell your story. I can't begin to tell you how powerful it is to share your story. I can't begin to tell you how inspirational it is to tell your story. Now, many of you know my story about quitting dance for about 10 years due to fears, insecurities, lack of confidence, and just generally a loss in my individual purpose. And there are times when I feel like I need to downplay my story because, well, when I think about it, it's not that bad. Or so many people have been through so much worse. But the underlying aspect of my story that I know that everybody can relate to is love. At the end of the day, my story is about love and finding love for myself again. When I was in a period of my life where I despised myself, it was the lowest that I think I've ever felt. When I started dancing, it was something that I did purely because it brought me joy and nothing but positive feelings. That's all I knew as a child. And at one point, it didn't love me back. Dance became something that made me feel unsafe and it made me insecure. And at one point, dance was something that made me feel important and significant in the world. And without dance, I felt like I was nothing. I had nothing else in my life to make me feel like otherwise. At least that's what I thought. I thought that without dance, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't worthy enough even to be alive. I'm going to keep it real. There were times where I felt like whether I live or die didn't make a difference to me and even to other people. Despite the fact that I had people in my corner, my family and friends that cheered me on, regardless of what I was doing, regardless of the mistakes I made in life, and regardless of whether I was dancing or not, there were people that loved me, but for some reason, perhaps it was messages from society as a black woman or a black girl, or sometimes when parents say the wrong things with the right intentions, those messages get in there, and it leads us to believe lies that in order to be loved, there are conditions surrounding it. And I believed it wholeheartedly. And because of that, I had to prove to myself and to other people that I could be loved. I overcompensated in my academics. Now, with knowledge is power, and you should never stop learning in life. But for me, I went on to pursue degree after degree because I just had to prove that I had the credibility to be an expert in my field. I overcompensated in my relationships. I wound up in toxic relationships with people, individuals that made me feel valuable because I thought they needed me or because I had purpose in helping them reach their goals or fixing them. I did all these things because the underlying factor was I did not love myself enough. I did not love myself enough to pursue what I really wanted. I did not love myself enough to keep negative energy and negative situations out of my life. I did not love myself enough to answer the call of dance and feel free, worthy, and confident to do it. And that's why I'm so passionate about telling my story, because for me it was dance, but for you it might be something else. Something else that will lead you back to the road of finding that ultimate love for yourself. And that's what dance did for me. Once I knew that I could dance again and be worthy just as I was, without these false definitions of success as a dancer, without these expectations of how I should look as a dancer, once I knew how to do that, then I knew that I could apply that to anything else in my life. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing these stories at the Dance Inspiration mini conference, because the stories of Antoine, the stories of Rashonda, and the stories of Yenny, they all say the same thing. That dance is a gateway to love of life, love of others, and love of self. And that's why I'm so passionate about being a dance inspiration coach. Because when you peel away all the layers, dance is the stepping stone, it's the joy, it's the human birthright that we all understand. Movement, love, it's all in there. We all have access to it, and we should all welcome them in our lives so that we can express ourselves authentically and freely. So please join us at the Dance Inspiration mini conference and take this journey of love with us, take this journey of life with us, take this journey of joy. And if you want to continue that joy and exploration of self-love and confidence on a more individual basis, hit me up for Dance Inspiration Coaching. Let's work together to get you back to dance, to get you back to love.